so you push more. Meanwhile, flow has the energy of I trust myself, I create when aligned, I take action from clarity and not panic. And that energy, that's where the actual magic happens.
This is your official invite to step into your ideal era. I am Nisha, your mindset coach, entrepreneur, and virtual bestie. Whether you are on your thoughtful walk, bossing up your business, or just sipping coffee in bed, this podcast is here to fuel your glow up with productivity hacks, mindset shifts, and intentional living. Ready to level up? Let's do this.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to It Girl Diary. Can you believe we are almost in December? Actually, I'm recording this on 27th of November. But when you are going to listen to this, it's going to be December. So we are going to just 4 weeks away from the new year, which is kind of exciting and sad. It's like the bittersweet truth where, this year went by so quickly. I don't even know what happened and why it happened, but it just went by so quickly. So I was just going through my life in general. You just have that thought and you journal about it and think what happened, like kind of the yearly audit. So, from my perspective, for work, relationships, nothing much happened, but so much happened at the same time, if you know what I mean. Like, things have moved forward, but there is not the feasible, like visible, tangible result at the end, but at the same time, so much has changed that my mind is kind of fucked up right now where I don't know what's going on. So we are at that position if you see the year at a glance. So today we are going to talk about something that completely changed my life, like genuinely transformed the way I work, the way I create, and honestly the way I exist in short. And we're talking about moving from hustle to flow. That version of you who is completely running, doing, pushing, crossing out tasks until the page looks like battlefield. It looks like some kid has scribbled on that page. That was me for years. I used to think productivity means how exhausted I am, how long I stayed up, or how early I wake up to start my work, how full my schedule look like, how many things I could cram into a single day. And honestly, I glorified that. I romanticized burnout, I called chaos discipline until I hit a point where I realized this isn't productivity, this is self abandonment. And that's when everything shifted. So, today I'm going to walk you through exactly how I moved out from the hustle mode into the flow mode, a way of working that feels so good and still gets everything done but without draining your soul. And I'm going to give you things that you can actually try this week. No vague mindset things, real system, real habits, and real strategies. And I know when you look at the social media, some people have glorified hustle culture a lot. Like people have been working for 12 hours, 14 hours, and honestly speaking, I used to get inspired by those people until I realized that this isn't aligned energy. In fact, this just makes me into that lack mindset, which I do not enjoy after 2 or 3 days. I just give up everything and get back to just being lazy because it's like if I can't work for 14 hours, why work at all, right? So I used to be in that mindset, and if you are there currently, just listen to this podcast. I am sure this is going to help you a lot because hustle culture is sneaky because it disguises itself as ambitious. It disguises itself as ambition. It disguises itself as being the hardworking girl. And in your 20s, especially, everyone worships busyness. Everyone says if you are distracted for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you are a bad person, you are losing out on something, you have to run as fast as you can. And everyone worships busyness. I used to be that girl who stayed awake till AM or woke up at 3 a.m. because I wanted to finish one more task. I'd wake up tired, already overstimulated. I used to drink coffee as soon as I wake up because that's how overstimulated I was, and start again. I lived in the cycle of exhaustion that I normalized, and To be honest, so many of us normalize this. And the saddest part is, I was proud of it. I would brag it. Yeah, I slept 3 hours, but I finished everything. Like that was an achievement. Like, come on, girl. Like, it felt like an achievement, the winning moment. But now that I see it, it was a crappy shit. And I don't want to do it ever again. But the truth was, I wasn't achieving anymore. I wasn't achieving more. I was just doing more. There's a difference. Hustle mode made me resentful. It killed my creativity. It made me irritated, anxious, and kind of robotic, which wasn't fun. Like when you look from outside, it looked like a fun, but in reality, I wasn't enjoying it. I was miserable, if you want to use the one word. I felt disconnected from the work I was supposed to love, because hustle productivity is the fake productivity. You feel like you are doing more, you feel like you have to do more, but in reality, you are just pushing through just to put that tick mark off on the planner. It looks impressive but feels empty. It's busy, not effective. And if you look at it from the manifestation lens, hustling comes from fear. It comes from energy of not enough time, not enough opportunities, not enough results. So you feel like you have to push more. And that hustle energy always makes you feel that someone else is doing more than you. That's why they are getting result, versus you are lacking in something. It's also the part of imposter syndrome, where you feel like you are not doing enough, you are lacking in something, and that's why you feel like you have to push more, so you push more. Meanwhile, flow has the energy of, I trust myself, I create when aligned, I take action from clarity and not panic. And that energy, that's where the actual magic happen. If you have listened to the Joe Dispenza pitch, by the way, I am binging his courses once again. I have done it before, but I am redoing it again, and that's again it hit me that you don't have to do more. Instead, you have to do whatever you are doing from the aligned energy, and that aligned energy is always calm. It doesn't have that fear of missing out, or it doesn't have that panic feeling underneath your actions. And that's when everything changes for you, and it will literally change at the lightning speed if you are aligned. So then, what is flow? How do you actually go into that flow state where everything flows? Let's talk about it. Flow is a state where you are so focused, so tuned in that time literally bends. You look up and suddenly 45 minutes have passed, but it feels like 10. It's not force, it's pull. You are drawn into the work and it just clicks. And I remember the first time I felt this, I was editing something. I think I was editing the podcast only. I can't remember it was a video or the podcast. And then suddenly I realized I am not struggling, I am not forcing myself. I was actually enjoying that task. I didn't even had the Netflix on, and it was almost 10 p.m. but I was not sleepy. I was enjoying it. I was not pushing it with the dopamine fix like Netflix or music. I was just in it. Even right now, I just had my dinner and I'm recording this, but I'm kind of enjoying it, and it's just the amazing feeling that I don't feel like I have to do something else. Rather, I can just focus on this. And my brain isn't scattered. I wasn't checking my phone every 5 seconds. I wasn't registering the task. And this is flow. Actually, my phone just rang and I don't even know where my phone is. But on iPad, I saw the notification. But ironically, I seriously don't know where my mobile is, and I don't even care. I can call them back, whatever it is, but I just want to enjoy this task right now. I am not resisting the task. I am not just jumping off the second I know that there is some notification on my phone, and this is flow. And here's something that changed everything for me. Flow is less about managing your minutes, it's more about managing your energy states. Some tasks need creativity, some need structure, some need maybe admin energy, some tasks need logic, and few of the tasks need social energy. But hustling makes you treat all the tasks same, like do it all now. Like you have to do everything in the given time, even when you need to channel different energy. You just push yourself, and at the end of the day, you are so tired you feel like you have moved the mountains, but in reality, you have not done that much. So, flow says do the right task in the right energetic movement, and that is the difference. Now, here's the best part, here's the juicy part. How to actually calibrate your productivity, and how do I actually calibrate my productivity? And so, here are the step by step shifts that I made. Obviously, first one is the energy mapping. Energy mapping is something when you watch yourself, like genuinely observe your hour by hour. Where do I feel my best? Where do I ideas come naturally? When does my brain crave structure? When do I feel social? Or when do I feel low or quite reflective? And the pattern was so clear. Every morning, as soon as I am getting ready, as soon as I am done with my makeup, I feel so creative that I record my vlogs. Sorry, not vlogs, I record the talking head reels for the Instagram, because I am so creative. Thoughts are just flowing in my head, because while doing my makeup, I just get the ideas, so I can immediately click and I record the reels and I record the reels. In afternoons, as soon as I'm done with the reels, I still have more energy before my lunch. Then I do my calls. So calls and meetings are for social working, where I have to be social. I have to talk to people, I have to be in my best energy. So as soon as I am done with the creative task, I do the second task. So it is little bit less creative but social. So it is for the social and logical task. And then after my lunch in the evening, I do all the slow work tasks, kind of admin tasks, replying to emails or just editing few things here and there, or just the things that don't need my brain power that much. So I keep doing those tasks, and once I realize this, I stop scheduling creative tasks in the low energy hours, because that's literally setting yourself up for a failure. And even recording the podcast, I do this in the evening, because it's like my reflective journaling hour, where I can just sit with the mic in cozy lighting and I just talk, where I don't have to be in my creative energy more, because it's just the honest authentic talk show, right? So that's what I do. Second is the task energy match, and this is the game changer. Instead of forcing everything into the random schedule, I started matching. So as I said again, I am going to you may feel like it's repeating the first point, but it has little bit of different perspective. So once you understand, you can copy paste this into your schedule. Instead of forcing everything I do into the random schedule and random to do list, I started matching my energy, meaning creative tasks at high energy state, admin tasks at low or neutral energy state, calls is for social energy, writing is for quiet morning energy. So you see the pattern? It seems obvious now, but we have been conditioned to ignore our bodies for so long. So, matching task to the energy created instant flow. Suppose you are a night owl where you get so energetic after dinner, keep all high energy tasks at night, and it will change the game for you. Just trust me and map out all the energies, all the tasks, and mix and match those to create your flow. And next is flow rituals. Oh my god, rituals is like the best part. Flow rituals are basically the signals to your brain, like, hey brain, it's time to enter the flow. And for me, it's a certain playlist, cup of coffee, maybe changing my desk setup, or wearing my cozy shorts, just like I'm wearing right now. And I swear, the moment I play the playlist or the moment I change into the clothes, change my lighting, my brain goes, okay, girl, let's work. It's like training your mind like a puppy, but in loving aesthetic way. Obviously, we are going to romanticize everything, but romanticize in a way that it triggers your brain. If you have heard the story of the dog salivating at certain time, I'm not sure if I'm telling you this correctly, but you can Google it about the dog salivating story. It was basically like scientists for the experiment. They used to give the dog. They used to ring the bell, and as soon as the ring bell, they used to give him a treat. And they did this for almost a week or 2 weeks, but after a certain time they rang the bell, but they did not give the treat. But automatically, as soon as that ring bell, the dog started salivating. That dog was in anticipation of the treat. It doesn't matter if it happened or not, but just because of the anticipation, it started salivating. So similarly, our brain works that way. So as soon as you switch the setup, as soon as you switch the lighting, your brain is going to switch into the flow mode, and that's your key. So that's why rituals are so important, because it's the easiest way to tap into that energy. And the last one is non-negotiable pauses. This one is hard for the hustler girlies, but pauses are not optional. They are literally the part of productivity. Will pause it. Oh my god, someone is firing crackers at 9 p.m. here. I'm not sure why, but it's beautiful outside. Okay, the non-negotiable pauses. This one is hard for the hustler girlies, but pauses are not optional, because inspiration doesn't come when you are drowning in noise. It comes in the quiet moments. While you are showering, while you are walking, while you are sipping coffee, doing nothing, or just watching sunset. Pauses regulates your nervous system, and regular nervous system is where the flow thrives. I've said it in detachment, I think. I've said it in last episode also. I'm not sure which one. But regulated nervous system is where everything flows, and you can attract so many things when your nervous system is happy and healthy. Now, let's get into something psychology based that completely blew my mind: the Zeigarnik effect. Basically, it says that humans remember unfinished tasks better than the completed ones. Your brain hates open loops. That's why you randomly remember a thing you forgot to do 2 days ago, because it's an open loop. Your brain is holding it like, hey, hello, we still need to finish this. And think about the restaurant waiter. While your table is open, they remember every detail: extra sauce, no ice, bills plate, all of it. And the moment your bill is paid, gone. They forget instantly, because the loop is closed. And when you are in hustle mode, you create way too many open loops: unfinished project, half done task, messages you meant to reply to, random goals floating in your head. And your brain becomes cluttered, and that's why you feel restless. And even when you are out, you cannot enjoy, because you have so many open tabs that you feel guilty that I haven't done that, I could have done that, I should be doing that, etc., etc., etc. But flow cannot exist in cluttered minds. So one of the biggest shift I made was every day I close my loops. Either finish the task or deliberately park it. I literally have parking lot section in my Notion, which means I write like I write it down, I schedule it, I tell my brain, relax, we are not forgetting this. We have dedicated some slot or session or some date for that, so we are not forgetting that, and instantly I feel so calm. So don't leave those tabs open. Just make sure at the end of the day you are going through your to-do list once again, and if something is not done, make sure you are writing it down for the next day or whenever possible, or assign some slot and time placement for that. When you work in flow, something beautiful happens. The quality of your output skyrockets, your content hits deeper, your ideas feel richer, your clients resonate harder, your work feels like you. Because when you are creating from alignment and non pressure, you are just showing up as your authentic self. You are not doing any task just to do it, but you are matching energetically. You have done all the energy mapping, energetic matching, everything, and you have trained your brain to tap into that flow like the dog. So when I shifted to flow, my content feels better. Meanwhile, hustle skips the quantity, but it's scattered. It's like you are producing just to produce. And that energy is so obvious, especially to your audience. And by audience, I do not mean just the Instagram followers. Audience means it could be your boss who is watching your task, or your partner who is just, you know, eating the dish you have made for him just for the sake of making it, and you have not put any thought or love into that dish, and obviously he or she is going to sense that. So instead of just doing it for the sake of doing it, try to be intentional. And when I shifted to the flow with the intention, my content felt better, my clients became more aligned, and the best thing is I felt calmer. It was like my business was finally working with me and not draining me. I don't have the long to-do list, but I have things which I'm really excited to do. Like, I'm not forcing myself to call someone after my lunch because I really don't want it. It just drains my energy. And here's the best thing that has happened, that when you start to work with the flow, when you are hustling so much, there is the kind of resentment when it comes to your work. Like, previously you left, suppose you left your 9 to 5 job, and now you are doing business which you used to love, but as soon as you went into that and started that hustle energy, you start the resentment when it comes to your business and your work. Even for my 9 to 5 colleagues, or even the students, if you are listening to it, that when you start to hustle, you don't enjoy studying that much. You feel the resentment, you feel the negativity, because you are just doing it and forcing yourself to do it because that's what you are supposed to do. Whereas if you do the little bit of energy mapping and do the energy audit, you will know, okay, I like this stuff, I like to work on this subject when I am sitting here, I like to study this subject when I am at the library, or anything like that, or I love to work with the music on. There's no shame in that. So just start doing that, and obviously I'm going to give you the action steps you can literally do this week. So, first, do a 7-day energy audit. For 7 days, note down, where do you feel alive, when do you feel drained. Don't judge, just observe. And why I am giving you 7 days, because not every day is going to be the same, because someday on Wednesday you are going to have meetings, on Friday you are going to have some project completion or deadlines. So map out every single day, even your weekends, and how you feel when you are energetic, and while doing which task you are feeling so drained. Like, sometimes when I used to do my laundry, as soon as I wake up, I hated it. But in night, after work, when I am relaxed and I am just listening to some music or podcast, if I do my laundry, then I feel so much better. It doesn't feel like a chore, instead it feels like a relaxation task. So it you will only get to this point if you audit that and observe that. Next one is, move one task into its natural flow window. Just one. Put one creative task into your creative hour. Put one admin task into a neutral zone where you are not drained, but you are just, sluggish, maybe after lunch or something like that. Just assign one task at one natural flow window, and you have to make time for that. You can't say that, oh, I have a job, I can't do that. Suppose if you like working out in the morning, make 1 hour in the morning. You have to do it for yourself. Initially, for 1 week, it might feel uncomfortable because your body is not used to it. But as soon as you cross that 1 week, your body will start salivating like that dog, and it will crave that workout automatically. So you have to push through that initial resistance. Next is, create one flow ritual. Pick any ritual. It could be playlist or candles. Some people are very sensitive to smells, like as soon as they smell something they feel nostalgia or something like that. So you can pick up the smell, candle, perfume, room freshener, anything, or tea, something that signals your brain to focus. It could be anything. For evening, for me, it's like, as soon as I'm done with the dinner, I change into my comfy clothes, I put on my lamps, I walk for 10 minutes, and then I know I have to do something creative or just with the flow, which I'm going to have fun with. So create ritual, just one small ritual that will help your brain to tap into that flow energy. And end each day with the loop closing practice. Write down everything on your mind, do the brain dump, open the Notion page or whatever tool, app, notebook you use. Write down everything on your mind. It is brain dump. And I want you to do this every day for a week. Keep that loop open for a week just initially, because you will be surprised to know that there are so many things in your mind, like I have to buy this, I have to buy that, I have to do that, my toothpaste is going to end, I have to purchase a toothpaste, I have to purchase the face wash, or I have to submit this task, I have to upload this reel, I have to edit this reel. There are so many tasks that you don't know you want to do, but it's there in back of my mind. So write down everything. You doesn't have to assign dates or days right now, but just put it on one paper so your brain knows, okay, I have stored it somewhere, so I don't have to store it in there, like in my brain or on my mind, however it stores the data. So I hope you repeat these 4 actions for these 7 days. So 4 actions are this: do the 7-day energy audit and please be honest. Move one task into its natural flow window, create one flow ritual, and end each day with the loop closing practice. But initially, you are going to blend up everything so your brain already feels relieved and relaxed. So, bestie, moving from hustle to flow is not about being lazy, it's about coming back to home to yourself. Listening to yourself, working with your energy and not against it. It's kind of being authentic to yourself and to your work, so you show up as your authentic self. And remember, productivity isn't measured by how exhausted you are at the end of the day, it is measured by how aligned you feel, how present you feel, how proud you feel of the energy you put into the world. So, as you step into this week, ask yourself, am I hustling from fear or flowing from trust? Because the energy you choose, that's exactly what you will create more of. With love and caffeine, Nisha. This podcast is produced by Social Bulking. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.